Hey guys, this is Alex with All Day Cards out in my garage doing the contest response for Diamondyard Sportscards. He's hitting 500, which is a lot. Good job. He's got good stuff, great collection, lots of cool slab stuff. Contest is to show your duplicates, so I pretty much just pulled my duplicate slabs because I really don't have a lot. Raw stuff is a different story. I mean, I couldn't even start to do a video on duplicates with raw, but slabs, I don't have a lot of dupes because I'm one of those people who just buys, I get the card and I kind of cross it off the list and I go to the next. But some of them I have multiples for different reasons, which is kind of interesting to even think about it, which is why the video is what it is, right? Sometimes you're upgrading a grade, sometimes you just like a card, sometimes you think it's a good buy, sometimes it's just a good deal, whatever. So here we go. I got I don't know, 15 or so here, which out of hundreds of slabs, it's really not a whole lot. So we are showing our dupes. So here's my here's a couple of these guys. One of my favorite cards ever. This was an upgrade, had the 9, nothing wrong with that. Saw the 10 at one point. I guess it was reasonable. Not much of a difference, honestly. Yeah, one of my favorite cards ever, so it's kind of like, didn't really mind having both. Not going to get rid of the extra. Same case here with my Bo Jackson football rookie. Had the 8, probably because it was cheap, and at the time it was just what I got. And then saw a 9, which actually the centering's worse on the 9, so that's another reason to keep both. Is like, I don't know. I mean, the 9's a little bolder and sharper, but then the centering's off, so it's like, I don't know. Just keep both. Sometimes cards that aren't really that valuable, it's not even really worth selling. Sometimes. And again, if it's a card you like, why not have 2? Here's one. I think I actually just bought 2 on accident because this is a 10. This is the 88 Topps Bo Jackson, the team leader card. Kind of a cool card. I like it. I'm a big Bo Jackson fan. I grew up with it. So with him, I've got 2 10s. So pretty sure this was just one where I didn't realize I already had it. That happens once in a while. So, why not have 2 10s? Let's see. I got a couple football cards. Here's one that is, I've got 2 from it was an upgrade, plus I just kind of don't mind having 2. I'm a Baltimore guy, Ravens fan, so this is the Ed Reed rookie. Had an 8, which was a perfectly nice 8, but then at one point I got the 9, and why wouldn't I just keep both? He's a, Hall of Famer, all-time Raven kind of guy. No reason to get rid of that. I got a grip of these. Got 3 of the regular Topps. So these are all 9s. And these are just, I had 1. Obviously, I started with 1. And then I think I just saw them cheap. And I was like, it just made sense to get them. So if it's a good deal, I don't mind having duplicates. Again, I don't really seek out duplicates, but if I see them and I like the card and get some stuff on it. But yeah, I feel like the second and third one of this one was like, they were just super cheap, like probably $10, $15 at one point. And another from the same box kinda is my Suggs Topps Chrome, Ravens all-time guy. So I had the 8 and eventually got the 9. I like that card. He'll be a Hall of Famer, so no reason to sell that. And we got some baseball, of course. Orioles guy. Have to have this card, right? I think this is a nice 8-5 of the Ripken rookie. I don't love all the multiplayer cards sometimes. I know a lot of people don't, but I do kind of like this one just because it's kind of a classic card. I mean, growing up around Baltimore, like, if you didn't have this, you got something wrong with you. So So I had an 8.5, and I got this 9 OC, which the centering is not even that bad. I always find it amusing when it's like there's a qualifier and you don't even really see much. I mean, it's obviously off left to right, but I don't know. When I think of an OC qualifier, I expect it to be pretty bad. But I think this was a good deal. Qualifiers tend to be cheap. People don't like 9 OCs and 8 OCs, but I do actually. I buy them all the time. If you see my other videos, there's definitely some. Sometimes I buy things that are just a lot. Like this was a card that I like. I like Maddox. They were just the same, or they were in a lot. So I got 2 9s, and it was, you know, it was pretty cheap. Like, you know, I don't mind buying a couple if the price is good. So got 2 of the 9 tops traded Maddox. You can see if you look at the serial numbers, they were clearly slabbed by the same person, 731 and 736. So they were in the same order, and yeah, why not have both? Here's one that. Just a card I like, a player I like. So I like pitchers. Scherzer. I think I actually had a 9 first. So I had 1 9, and then I have a second 9, and I have an 8.5. This was it's kind of a card that I just thought it's a good buy. It's gone up a little bit lately. I got these probably a year or 2 ago. So when 9s were maybe $40 or so, I probably got a second 9 for about the same, and then I got that 8.5 probably just because it was cheap. People tend to stray away from half grades sometimes, or they just kind of sell for less. But like, I mean, the centering on that one's really nice, which is not always the case with this card. And just a case of a good price on a card that I think is gonna be worth more eventually. He's kind of one of the best pitchers in baseball still. But yeah, I don't mind having 3 of those. I like him. So I got some more Scherzer actually. I got 2 of the regular Bowman, an 8 and an 8.5. I feel like I don't know if I got all of these in a lot together. I don't really remember. So I've got 2 of the Chrome. These are both 9s. And then the regular in an 8 and an 8.5. So got 2 of each. I feel like either 2 or 3 of these were in a lot, maybe, and then I had 1. But again, a player I like, card I like. I think it'll be only worth more at some point. Down to my last couple. This one is one of my favorites. So this is like one of my cards I always wanted as a kid and never had. Everyone has one of those probably. The Eddie Murray rookie. So I started with this 7, which is a pretty nice one. Like, look at the centering. This card's a tough one on centering, and it's a nice 7. And then I got a 9 OC, another. But then again, like, you know, the centering is not that bad, so I don't mind getting a card with a qualifier it had to have been pretty reasonably priced, otherwise I wouldn't have bought a second one probably. So just all kind of a classic card that I love. So there's the tops. And then I also ended up with, well, you gotta have the O-Pee-Chee, right? Had a 7 in the O-Pee-Chee, also really well centered for O-Pee-Chee especially, but I mean, it's got the O-Pee-Chee edges. Look at that, looks like I cut it with a butter knife. Terrible. So I had a 7, and then I also ended up with a 9 OC on the O-Pee-Chee too, which the centering's not horrendous. I know it was pretty inexpensive, and like, actually look at the edges on this one. Like, nice quality control. How is one of them like that? I guess the blades get dull, and then eventually they're like, oh, let's change them. And then it's like this, like that's a nice card. And yeah, again, I think people stray away from OCs, or you know, qualifiers in general. But I'm not afraid of them. I kind of like them. I love getting a nice cheap 8 OC or 9 OC on 60s, 70s stuff, especially. They're out there. I guess some people are afraid of that. So those are my dupes, some slabs. At least those are all the ones I could figure or find, you know, without flipping through every single box. But that's most of them. We're supposed to shout out a couple channels that are less than 500. So this one, this guy's actually, he's pretty close, so I figured I'd put him in there. I watched most of his videos. Seems like a pretty nice guy. His Stealing Second is the channel. A lot of you, I'm sure, are familiar because he's got almost 500. So I figured he'd be a good one to put in there because he should probably get that. I like his channel because he collects Cubs, and I as an Orioles fan, it's like I respect people who collect, who like are committed to collecting what they like, you know, because the Cubs are, you know, they're like the Orioles in that they're just, you know, they're not always winners and they don't always have all the best players, but I like the commitment and you know, the passion and just collecting what you like, basically. And another one, this Bowman 1953. Lots of cool vintage stuff, my kind of stuff. I actually do like the Bowman 1953 set a lot. So, yeah, I think he was fairly, maybe he wasn't as close to 500. I feel like he's only got 300 or so, but still, I'm sure lots of you are familiar. But if you haven't checked out either of those two, you should. All right, that's about it, I guess. Thanks for the contest. I don't normally do things like contests for the prizes or anything, but that 60 Aaron looks pretty awesome, and it definitely fits right in my collection, so I'd love to have that one. Either way, good times. Take it easy. Bye.